Hello everyone. Welcome to today's manufacturing English listening practice video about one of the most important departments in a factory. Without this department, the company may not have enough materials, equipment, or even office supplies to work normally. Can you guess which department it is? If your answer is the purchasing department, you are correct. So today, let's talk about the purchasing department in a simple and practical way. First, what does the purchasing department do? The purchasing department, also called the Procurement Department, is responsible for buying materials and services for the company. But their job is not simply buying things. They need to buy the correct material, at a good price, with good quality, and receive them on time. For example, imagine a factory needs screws, steel, or plastic for production. Who will contact the supplier and order those materials? Yes, the purchasing team. They usually work with many suppliers and compare different quotations before making a decision. After that, they create a purchase order or PO to confirm the order. But is purchasing only about finding cheap products? Not really. Let's look at another important part of this job. Why is this department important? A good purchasing team helps the company save money through cost-saving activities. However, they also need to think about quality and delivery time. Sometimes a cheap supplier may have a very long lead time or poor quality products, and that can create big problems for production. The team also follows the shipment schedule carefully. If materials arrive late, the production line may stop. And of course, nobody wants that to happen. Another important task is inventory control. The company must have enough stock for production, but too much inventory can also waste money and warehouse space. So purchasing staff need to balance everything carefully. So, this job sounds busy, right? What kind of person is suitable for this role? Let's find out. People working in purchasing need strong communication skills because they work with many departments every day. They also need negotiation skills. For example, they may discuss prices, delivery schedules, or payment terms with suppliers. Problem solving is also very important. Maybe the shipment is late. Maybe the supplier increases the price. Or maybe the materials have quality issues. The purchasing team must react quickly. Besides that, basic knowledge about logistics, supply chain, and inventory management is very useful for this career. English skills are also important because many companies work with international suppliers. So, who is suitable for this job? This job is great for people who enjoy talking with others, like solving problems, can work under pressure, and enjoy planning and organizing work. If you like business, manufacturing, and communication, purchasing can be a very interesting career path. In conclusion, today we learned that the purchasing department is much more than just buying things. They help the company control costs, support production, manage suppliers, and keep the whole supply chain running smoothly. Part 2: Useful vocabulary. 1. Supplier. Definition: a company or person that provides products, services, or materials to another company. Example sentence: the supplier delivered the steel on time. 3. Quotation. Definition: a document that shows the price and conditions for products or services. Example sentence: we received 3 quotations from different suppliers. For purchase order PO. Definition: an official document used by a company to order products or materials from a supplier. Example sentence: the buyer sent the purchase order to the supplier yesterday. 5. Cost saving. Definition: the activity of reducing expenses to help a company save money. Example sentence: buying in large quantities helped with cost saving. 6. Lead time. Definition: the time between placing an order and receiving the goods. Example sentence: the lead time for these parts is 2 weeks. 7. Shipment. Definition: goods or materials that are being transported from one place to another. Example sentence: the shipment arrived at the warehouse this morning. 8. Inventory. Definition: the materials, products, or goods stored in a company or warehouse. Example sentence: the company checks its inventory every week. 9. Negotiation. Definition: a discussion between two parties to reach an agreement about price, delivery, or conditions. Example sentence: the negotiation with the supplier took 2 hours. 10. Logistics. Definition: the management of transportation, storage, and delivery of goods. Example sentence: logistics is important for on-time delivery. 11. Supply chain. Definition: the system of producing, transporting, and delivering products to customers. Example sentence: the supply chain was delayed because of bad weather. 12. Delivery schedule. Definition: the planned date and time for goods to arrive at a location. Example sentence: the supplier changed the delivery schedule last week. 13. Payment terms. Definition: the conditions and timing agreed for making payment. Example sentence: the company discussed payment terms with the supplier. 14. Production line. Definition: a system where products are made step by step in a factory. Example sentence: the production line stopped because materials arrived late. 15. Warehouse. Definition: a building used for storing products, goods, or materials. Example sentence: the warehouse is full of finished products. Useful structure. 1. Need to do something. This structure is used to talk about duties, express necessity, explain responsibilities or requirements. Sample sentences: we need to finish the report before Friday. Buyers need to compare quotations carefully. 2. First conditional type. If in present simple, then subject may/can happen. Used to talk about possible future situations, explain risks or consequences, warn about possible problems. Sample sentences: if the supplier increases the price, we may change vendors. If the machine breaks down, production may be delayed. Part 4. Listen and answer. The purchasing department, also called the procurement department, is responsible for buying materials and services for the company. What is another name for the purchasing department? The procurement department. What does the department buy? Materials and services. Who do they buy for? The company. Their job is not simply buying things. Is their job only buying things? No, it is not. Is the job more complex? Yes, it is. They need to buy the correct materials at a good price with good quality and receive them on time. What do they need to buy? The correct materials. What kind of price is needed? A good price. When should materials arrive? For example, imagine a factory needs screws, steel, or plastic for production. What does the factory need? Screws, steel, and plastic. Why does the factory need them? For production. Is plastic used in factories? Yes, it is. Who will contact the supplier and order those materials? Who will contact the supplier? The purchasing team. What will they order? The materials. Who do they contact? The supplier. They usually work with many suppliers and compare different quotations before making a decision. Who do they work with? Many suppliers. What do they compare? Different quotations. When do they compare quotations? Before making decisions. A good purchasing team helps the company save money through cost-saving activities. What does the team help save? Company money. How do they save money? Through cost saving. Is cost saving important? Yes, very important. However, they also need to think about quality and delivery time. What do they think about? Quality and delivery time. Is price the only concern? No, it is not. Why is delivery time important? To support production. Sometimes a cheap supplier may have a very long lead time or poor quality products. What problem can cheap suppliers have? Long lead time. What else can be poor? Product quality. Are cheap suppliers always good? No, not always. That can create big problems for production. What can happen to production? Big problems. What creates those problems? Poor suppliers. Is production affected? Yes, it is. The team also follows the shipment schedule carefully. What does the team follow? The shipment schedule. How do they follow it? Very carefully. Why is shipment important? For on-time delivery. If materials arrive late, the production line may stop. What happens if materials arrive late? The production line stops. What may stop? The production line. Are late materials dangerous? Yes, they are. Another important task is inventory control. What is another important task? Inventory control. Is inventory control important? Yes, it is. What do companies control? Their inventory. The company must have enough stock for production, but too much inventory can also waste money and warehouse space. Why does the company need stock? For production. What can too much inventory waste? Money and space. Is too much inventory good? No, it is not. So purchasing staff need to balance everything carefully. What do purchasing staff need to do? Balance everything carefully. How should they balance things? Very carefully. Why is balancing important? To avoid problems. People in purchasing need strong communication skills because they work with many departments every day. What skills do they need? Communication skills. Who do they work with? Many departments. How often do they communicate? Every day. They also need negotiation skills. What other skills do they need? Negotiation skills. Are negotiation skills important? Yes, very important. Who uses negotiation skills? Purchasing staff. They may discuss prices, delivery schedules, or payment terms with suppliers. What may they discuss? Prices and schedules. Who do they discuss with? Suppliers. Do they discuss payment terms? Yes, they do. Problem solving is also very important. What is very important? Problem solving. Why is problem solving needed? To solve issues. Is problem solving useful? Yes, it is. Maybe the shipment is late. What may be late? The shipment. Is late shipment a problem? Yes, it is. What can happen sometimes? Shipment delays. Maybe the supplier increases the price. Who may increase the price? The supplier. What may increase? Price. Is price increase difficult? Yes, sometime. Or maybe the materials have quality issues. What may have quality issues? The materials. Are quality issues serious? Yes, they are. What kind of issues? Quality issues. The purchasing team must react quickly. Who must react quickly? The purchasing team. How must they react? Quickly. Why must they react quickly? To solve problems. Basic knowledge about logistics, supply chain, and inventory management is very useful for this career. What knowledge is useful? Logistics and supply chain. Is inventory management important? Yes, it is. Useful for what career? Purchasing career. English skills are also important because many companies work with international suppliers. What skills are important? English skills. Why is English important? International supplier communication. Who do companies work with? International suppliers. This job is great for people who enjoy talking with others, like solving problems, can work under pressure, and enjoy planning and organizing work. Who is this job suitable for? People who enjoy communication. What kind of people like this job? Problem-solving people. Can they work under pressure? Yes, they can. If you like business, manufacturing, and communication, purchasing can be a very interesting career path. What can purchasing become? Career path. Who may enjoy purchasing? People liking manufacturing. Is purchasing interesting? Yes, very interesting. That's all for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something useful about manufacturing companies and improving your English listening and speaking skills. In the next lesson, I will introduce another department, explain their functions, and share important terminology to help you improve your English, as well as your knowledge of manufacturing terms and factory operations. Stay tuned and subscribe to Tiny Better Days to improve your English, build your professional vocabulary, and learn more about the manufacturing industry through simple and practical lessons. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next lesson. Tiny Better Days.